Hello, my wonderful Pisces. Welcome to Earth Rose Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing? This is going to be a general love reading for Pisces in Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. As it is a general reading, it's not going to resonate fully with every single Pisces out there. But if you've come across this video, I would say there's probably something in the message here for you today. And this is a timeless reading. It's for whenever you come across it. And I would always say, please take what does resonate, leave what doesn't for somebody else. If you're new here, then huge welcome and thank you so much for trying me out. I really appreciate it. And if you're a returning subscriber, then thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all your wonderful support. It really does mean the world to me, so thank you. I am going to jump straight into a spread for you, Pisces. I'll be asking lots of questions, getting lots of detail about you and the particular person who's coming through in this reading. Now, this is a love reading today. This could be a significant relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love, but we shall see. So, we get the top 8 cards for Pisces, please. And where I'm saying this is how you feel about them, this is how they feel about you. If it's resonating for you the other way around, just flip it. That's absolutely fine. Even if you're a cross watcher and you're coming here to find out about Pisces, you might resonate as the Pisces, so that's fine. And I get the top 8 cards for Pisces, please. Okay. This is a side note, but you might receive a message out of the blue warning you about something that's coming up or something that someone has planned. That's maybe just a side note. Let's carry on. Top 8 cards for Pisces, please. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Interesting. All right, at the bottom of this deck, wow, we have the 5 of Wands. There we go. 9 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. I feel like straight away, Pisces, you're going to have a choice coming up. It could be that people are arguing over you, fighting over you, potentially. There might be something where there's conflict with someone you're interested in, for example, and they have conflict with friends or family. It's kind of, it's putting you in a pretty awkward position. And you're going to have to make some sort of decision, it's almost like you feel like you're going to end up siding with one party or the other, and someone's going to be annoyed. You might be looking for advice. This could have something to do with, maybe there could be a father influence who doesn't approve, who might even have got into some sort of argument with a love interest or something like that. It's not going to be for everyone. I feel like things are about to change dramatically by you finding out something as well, which is going to help make your decision, because you're going to kind of see more clearly about the future. Now, whether that is you're going to find out information that actually means that it could be that you have to choose between 2 people for like 2 different love interests, but I'm definitely feeling like you are torn. Your allegiances are going to be torn in 2 different directions. You're a solo agent, so I don't, coming through as a 9 of Pentacles, so I don't think this is like you're with someone and you have to decide whether to leave them to be with somebody else. I'm not getting that. This feels more like, yeah. But as I said, there is unexpected information coming your way, which is going to help you maybe move on from something which was causing you a lot of stress, because it might make your decision a bit easier. But when you find this out, let's see. The moon is at the bottom of the deck when I'm saying that. Yeah, I feel like this is actually looking pretty good. It looks like you're very worried, but there's going to be some sort of unexpected something turning in your favor, or kind of which could literally just be like, you don't have to make this decision anymore, the decision is kind of made for you, which could be a relief, or you have some sort of victory in some way, or it could be even that it could be I am seeing a father figure. This could be your father, Pisces, or it could be someone else who maybe they are a father. But it's kind of, I'm kind of getting like, potentially it's like your father having an issue with a love interest who could be a King of Wands, like Aries, Leo, Sag. But it's kind of like, you don't know that actually there's going to be, maybe they have an issue because this what this person does for work, or who they think they are, or kind of in their behavior, etc., their perception of them. But there might be something unexpectedly that happens where this person actually shows up and shows their value, which means you don't have to worry so much, because you can actually move forward with some relief and some happiness. But I definitely see there's been some arguments around you. I don't think it's you arguing with someone. I think it's more like you're caught in the middle. Or this could be someone else that you're dealing with is in that position. So let's get your second layer, Pisces. So with the top 8 cards. All right. Oh my gosh. Wow, the Justice card is on the spread twice. It's only the second layer. Wow. At the bottom of this deck is the Seven of Cups. Yeah, talk about needing to make a choice. Knight of Swords. Wow. Holy cow. Pisces, it feels like someone might be asking your advice. Someone might be seeking your advice on what to do. They might even be... Or they might be changing their mind. This might be someone who's changing their mind and wanting something with you, wanting to commit, like some sort of future with you, and it's going to leave you extremely confused. This could, what I was seeing with like the Emperor and a King of Wands, it could be that it's not a father figure and a love interest. It could be two love interests, but one you consider to be someone who got distracted previously, went in a different direction previously, and is now unexpectedly turning up at your door and like becoming a choice for you to have to make. And the other is someone who you consider to be more serious, someone more for the long term. Wow. Well, I mean, this person who's like, well, anyway, whoever this is, who's like, oh, I think I've changed my mind. I do want you, Pisces. They are going to be telling you that you are the person that they see long-term commitment with, that they might want to marry someday, that they consider as a soulmate, that they've made the decision that they want to manifest this with you. They want this to come back together. If there was someone that they were connected with previously, that this, like whoever this is coming towards you, that they were in some sort of commitment where it meant that they had some sort of, not commitment, it's giving me more that they were they had not freed themselves from something that had already ended. They were kind of still unable to let go of something from their past. This could have even been, they could have had some trauma in childhood. and that they needed to take some time to heal from, to kind of get that devil off their back. Okay. Let me... It's like... Okay, so that starting side message when I said you might get a communication about like warning you about something that's around the corner. It could actually be that you get some sort of surprising communication out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you see potentially an awkward situation coming up where you're going to have to make a choice that you didn't even know that you were going to have. You didn't think there would be any choice in the matter because it was like nothing else was happening, and you're a single free agent. See, Seven of Cups has just fallen out from this deck when I'm prattling on. It's like it's like I swear I've said this in a reading before, but not. I don't think it was for a while. But it's like when you're waiting for one London bus and then three come along at once. But it could be like when you're waiting for one manifestation to come in, and then everything from like the last 2 years that you tried to manifest all arrives at once. Put it that way. So that, yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe it's just that you feel torn. Maybe you feel like you need to get advice from someone who's like been around a bit longer than you, or like has experience with love and relationships. And I mean, like maybe you're going to your own father or mother for advice. Not necessarily. Okay, one more time, let's clarify the spread and then I'll go through everything. For Pisces, please. Okay. Sorry. Oh, blimey, that is a lot of major arcana as well. Okay. Okay, yep. Two of Pentacles is at the bottom of this deck. It's obviously on the spread as well, because this is all about you making a choice. Yep. Oh my gosh. Two of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, this is going to send you into a bit of like head in your hands, like send you into a bit of a spin, Pisces, in terms of not knowing, because you didn't even think this choice would ever be yours to make. Let's see, you might be, I see someone potentially like writing a list of like pros and cons for maybe two people, or maybe it's all about one person, it's just whether to give them a chance again or not. It could be that too. But this is like burning the candle at both ends, trying to come to an answer. Yeah, I definitely like asking friends for advice. Maybe even trying to ground yourself, like getting so stressed, overwhelmed by like the decision that maybe you just need to take a break, go out, spend some time in nature or something, connect with, if you have a pet or an animal, you know, this kind of thing. Connecting with nature and friends about the decision. Because it feels like there could also be that, I feel like what I'm getting is that one of the people here is someone who left you in a state previously, like, and they didn't care. Maybe if even if you were struggling, like say you were struggling emotionally, they didn't care. They left you to struggle alone and to sort yourself out alone. And now they're coming in with a big smile on their face, wanting to leave all the what happened in the past and to move things forward. Okay. You could Yeah, this could be there could be a family presence that you could turn to for advice on what to do when you have no idea, like as in you really are torn in two different directions. It could be a mother and a sister and a younger brother for some of you. That's fine, it's specific, but that's kind of what I can see here. Um, but then at the same time, you might feel like they also will. They might be telling you to not do anything, to try and ignore it, to delay it, to delay making a decision, to hold back. And they might be doing that for your best interest, but it's also not, it doesn't represent what you truly wish, which is to make a choice one way or the other. It's like everything that you wished for previously has suddenly arrived, but you are concerned that you're being tricked, that this is just a test, maybe, and that you should be, yeah, take more time. Okay, let's see. So, Pisces, how you're feeling about this person. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Nine of Cups. And I'm really sorry for laughing maniacally, but this is exactly what I was just describing before it came out of like all of your previous manifestations, potentially for the last 2 years, has just arrived all at the same time. Because Two of Pentacles, let me show you the card. All of a sudden, there's two people here. This little, innocuous looking little figure holds the key, and she can only give it to one of these two people. You could say key to her. I'm not going to say key to her heart because it's like a child in the card, but you know what I mean. Like she holds the lock. She can give one of these people the key only, and it's all up to her. And again, I'm getting the sense that you're like, you never thought that it's like the power dynamic in these situations is that you did not hold the power previously. You were maybe waiting on maybe both of these other people to decide on whether they wanted you. And now all of a sudden, it's up to you to decide who you want, which is, it's not a bad thing. It's just that I get in the sense this is not something you're used to and it doesn't feel comfortable. And there's also, to be fair, there is an element involved if you're making the choice about, well, I could make the wrong choice. There's a responsibility. It's like I have to live with myself for whatever choice I make. If 3 years down the road I break up with the person that I chose, am I going to have a chance for the other person that I didn't choose? Probably not. So there's pros and cons about being the person who is in the position of making the choice. It's not always good one way or the other. But yeah, there you are. Now, yeah, and it is going to come as an absolute shocker with the Tower. It's completely unexpected. This is coming out of the blue. And with that Nine of Cups, you see how that girl is like looking up at the cups on the... It's like, if you imagine like really fancy department stores or whatever, and you walk through and there's all these like beautiful things, and you're like, oh, everything's so beautiful here. Like, wow, I couldn't afford any of this. I would never be able to get anything like this. And then, I don't know, some extremely kind clerk is like, it's your choice. You can have one of these things, but you can only have one. But it's also, when I was laughing because about all the manifestations suddenly arriving at once. Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillment, but it's literally like this person has 9 wish fulfillments all arriving, but she has to make a choice. So it seems quite self-explanatory, but what else can you tell me? How is Pisces feeling about the person who's coming through in this spread? The reading, I'm guessing this is going to be the person who's suddenly turned back up and suddenly has changed their mind and they do want Pisces, because that would be the unexpected element, right? So how does Pisces feeling about that person? Well, the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck, but then the Ten of Wands as well. Yeah, underneath the Lovers is the King of Wands. So this could be the Aries, Leo, Sag that I already suggested. I could kind of see. Now, I kind of got the sense you choosing between a King of Wands and an Emperor. But that might just be, not necessarily, you know, it might just be your perception of them. Like, you consider one of them as probably your emperor, one of them is a fly-by-night, you know, King of Wands. But with the Ten of Wands coming out, it is, you feel overwhelmed because you do feel such a strong connection with them, but maybe you feel like, well, you might be overwhelmed by feeling like you can't trust this situation, by, let's see, the burden has suddenly fallen on your shoulders to make a decision about all of this. Tell me more. How is Pisces feeling about this person? The Hanged Man. It might be that you feel unsure as to whether your feelings for this person have changed since the last time that you saw them, that you spent time with them. Maybe it's been quite a while, and you feel maybe I don't feel the same about them anymore, but I am with a question mark, because I'm not getting like Pisces feels 100%, ugh, no, I don't want that person anymore. It's like you're hella confused. Tell me more. Five of Cups. At the end of the day, you do feel like this person abandoned you and upset you and disappointed you previously. Maybe that has, obviously to some degree, changed your mind about who you thought that they could be for you. Anything else? King of Swords with the World in reverse. Oh, should not be showing her. The World in reverse. Okay, interesting. Okay, Pisces. So you, with that Hanged Man, it could be that you felt like, yeah, this was probably just on hold. Because with the Six of Wands, underneath that is the High Priestess, the Chariot, and the Two of Cups. And the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I mean, essentially, you knew this person. Things made you feel like this became too much at some point. That maybe it felt like the two of you ended up getting kind of trapped in some sort of entanglement together. And it seemed to come to like a heavy ending where you were left very disappointed. But at the same time, your intuition was kind of telling you this is probably in limbo, not completely over. With the World in reverse, this chapter is not actually finished. And with this, what I can see is that you felt like intuitively they would head back in your direction eventually. Why is the King of Swords here? Why the King of Swords? Prince of Swords. And I said at the beginning that you might be hearing about something. For some of you, I feel like you're going to find out beforehand, potentially from this King of Swords, who's like who's a messenger. It's like you're finding out from someone else that this previous person is about to get back in touch with you. And that's why you feel like there's about to be trouble up ahead because you started seeing somebody else or etc. And now you're going to have to make a choice, or if you haven't started seeing them, there was something brewing. Yeah, so essentially I feel for a lot of you, you're going to get like a heads up from somebody external that this previous person is about to get back in touch with you. So how are they feeling about you, Pisces? We have Judgment, Justice, and the Ten of Cups. Judgment and Justice, holy moly, those two together. This is full-on Judgment Day vibes. This is it's time to face the music. They feel like it's time to be weighed, measured, and receive their their sentence as a result, however the cards may lie, if you like, but also they feel like they need to face judgment about this, and because it's not, potentially it wasn't fair or it wasn't balanced, things that were left in such a way where they left things with you out of balance, and they feel like they need to right some sort of wrong. They need to return to, but with the Ten of Cups here, it's at the same time, they, to make this right with you, to maybe to have another chance with you where they do it right this time, would represent absolute happiness and joy, and all of their wishes come true. So let's see. Tell me more about how this person feels about Pisces, please. How does this person feel about Pisces? There we go. Oh, the Hanged Man. You both feel the Hanged Man about each other. But they've also got the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So, yes, they also feel like things were left incomplete. Like, there was no sense of a proper ending between the two of you, funnily enough. You both feel like it was just left hanging. The situation, there was still unfinished business between the two of you, and you both feel like that. And you had that intuitive feeling that eventually this person's going to end up coming back towards you because of that very reason. Now, also, they feel like they're, with this time out that they've had from you, that their perspective on things has changed. They may also have a perspective on how unfairly they were treating you, which is why they're like, right, really, I need to make this right with Pisces. And at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Swords, underneath that is the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. They see very clearly now from their new perspective that they need to talk to you. There are things that need to be said between the two of you, that there is some sort of conversation that maybe is very much overdue. They have been reflecting about all of this. With that Judgment, it could also talk about the fact that they've had some sort of like awakening, or like it might be that they have already faced judgment in some way with themselves, or like how can I put this? Like they've had that moment of like, they might have even gone through some sort of reckoning or awakening where they're like, I can't believe I treated Pisces like that. I need to make this right. Let's see. Or it could have been some sort of karmic justice, to be honest. With the Judgment and Justice card, they may feel like they've gone through, because of how they abandoned you when there was so much, like they abandoned what the universe had sent them to be their Ten of Cups, and they may have faced some sort of judgment day in their own life, and they now understand that. Let's see, tell me more about how they feel about Pisces. Well, they've just come to realize that you are their Ten of Cups. You are their happily ever after, Pisces. They didn't see it before. Oh, stop it. Ace of Swords with the Ten of Cups. And the Nine of Cups. All right, I'm done. I resign. Like, that's ridiculous. I was just saying they've had the wake up call from the universe that you are their Ten of Cups, and then the Ace of Swords comes out with the Ten of Cups. So yeah, let's move on. What happened in the past in this connection? We have the Strength card, the Two of Wands, and the Chariot card. So that's Leo and Cancer energy as well. And obviously the Justice card is Libra energy. So there you go. That's what happened in the past. Obviously there was a choice in the past about which path to take. I feel like you may have been waiting for this person to have the strength to choose you, but the problem was their progress was weighed down, was hampered by a lot of, I would say, emotional baggage, or maybe some trauma that they hadn't processed or hadn't dealt with, and they had just been carrying around their entire life. With that strength card, I also feel like that you were asking this person to be vulnerable, and that there is strength in vulnerability and in showing compassion and an open heart, instead of just showing outward like a gruff, I mean, unemotional, hard, tough guy act is kind of what I'm getting. So in the past, there was a crossroads moment. I feel like you were on board, and you were kind of waiting for this person to get on board as well. Maybe even you're waiting for them to get in the driver's seat, if you like, and take action. But they were kind of flawed by maybe by the connection, but definitely flawed by your ability to wear your heart on your sleeve, Pisces. I mean, you're a Pisces, I don't know why they were surprised, but you know what I mean. They were just, it was not what they were used to. It wasn't their comfort zone. I kind of get the sense also they kept thinking that you were going to give up on them. Like that at some point I'm going to shake this Pisces who keeps trying to look after me and keeps trying to show me like love, and at some point they'll give up. And you didn't. But in the end I think they abandoned you because of that. Because they didn't have the courage to work through what they needed to be able to move forward and in the direction that their heart was calling them to go. Or their soul was calling them to go, let's just say. Tell me more about what happened in the past for Pisces and this person. That's interesting. 7 of Pentacles came out in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune. This person may have felt like they had nothing to give to you. Like they were on empty. Maybe emotionally. Their capacity to love was at that time, or the love that they were able to give was at an all-time low. They were barely able to give themselves any love by the looks of it. So this is what I'm getting. You were on two different, very, very different pages, and they were confused by the level of compassion you were able to show. They may have also felt like it wasn't the right time. That's what I was going to say. You kept the faith. You kept being hopeful. You kept trying to, if the connection was going cold, you kept trying to relight the fire. Sorry, I'm just laughing. That's a song by a boy band. I can't remember. You don't need to comment. I think it's like NSYNC or something like that. But relight my fire, or is it Backstreet Boys? Sorry, I'm not very good with boy bands, but yeah. You kept trying to reignite the spark anytime it's like they kept, if you have like a lit match, they kept trying to like put it out and you kept relighting it, because you would not lose the faith when it came to them. Like even when things seemed particularly dark, you wanted to look after them, and you saw potential. You felt like it was maybe an element of destiny between the two of you. Why was the 7 of Pentacles in reverse? Ah, wow. Ace of Pentacles with the Sun, and underneath the Sun is the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. So this person also may have chosen something else, but I don't think it was another person. Although obviously maybe it might have been, but whatever it was, I feel like this was more like a work opportunity, to be honest, or an opportunity to improve their security, stability, money, that kind of thing, finances, let's just say. They may have thought this is the wrong time for me to try and make this work with Pisces, or to even, I don't think they were even in the mindset to try and make it work. It's not like they even had the capacity to think about getting into a romantic relationship. But they were in a place where they thought it's not the right time because I have nothing to give, and all they were focused on was a new opportunity which was all about them. With this Sun card, it is about their success, their glory, you know, reaping rewards, having a lot of people admire them, like being at the top of their game again, that kind of thing. But it's this solo energy with this Sun card of like, it's all about them. So this person just really, it's like trying to look after a wounded animal, and they just keep trying to shake you off, and all they want to do is go back to like out on the hunt, and you know, to hunt for their next meal or whatever, and to feel success in that area. And you're trying to like look after them, maybe feed them, cuddle them, you know, tend to their wounds, and they're like, you just get off me already, like leave me alone, I'm just gonna continue doing my thing, still injured, just kind of thing. So what is this person's current situation, Pisces? Well, I feel like they found the success to a degree that they were looking for, like monetarily. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. So interestingly, the 10 of Pentacles does talk about doing well financially or having some security and stability, but there does seem to be some sort of like clause, it keeps coming into my head, or like a requirement for this security from external factors. This could be family, for example. It feels like they do have access to maybe home, or to like, maybe they can like live with their parents, for example. They can have a roof over their head, and they can, eat from the like whatever's in the fridge, take what you want. But at the same time, they don't have much to themselves, is kind of what I'm getting. They're kind of benefiting from those around them, but it's also maybe comes with like a little bit of like a if you're doing this, if you're going to be staying with us, then there are requirements about maybe how they're living their life, like what they're up to. Like maybe this is a family influence who doesn't want them communicating with you, Pisces, for whatever reason, who wants them to not even think about romance, focus on getting their pentacles and career sorted so that they can get them out of their house. Let me see. Let's use this one. Tell me more about this person's current situation, please. That's interesting. Queen of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles has fallen out. Tell me about that. What's the Queen of Wands doing here? I feel like this Queen of Wands is insisting that this person gets on with their work rather than thinks about pursuing their desires. Or, this is what I was saying in terms of like, you need to focus on sorting your life out, sorting your bank balance out, etc. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. The Empress. This could be a mother figure. Okay, 3 of Wands, 2 of Swords. It could also be that they are working very hard on their hobbies and their career, and they are coming across as this Queen of Wands energy of like, in terms of with a bit of bravado or a bit of ego or like a little bit of disinterest, and like acting with a very tough exterior. But they're actually, as if, why? I don't care about anything else. Like, I'm not interested. Like, I'm not chasing anybody. I'm focused on my money, basically, is what I'm getting. But actually, they're in a state of, they're not in a good place. They feel like they haven't got that much, or if they have got pentacles, they haven't got what they wanted. And I'm saying that because this 4 of Pentacles, you could say it's someone who's in a dodgy situation financially. But like, she's actually sat there like clinging to her pentacles. Oh, like, at least I've got money to like, when I go to sleep at night, at least I've got this. And with the Ten of Pentacles, maybe they've got plenty now. But they're still acting phony about how they're really feeling. Because especially I say that because the other card here is the Five of Swords, which is not really speaking truthfully. They're only speaking so much. They're only saying so much about how they're really feeling. And what here is the Knight of Wands. They've got their heart or their passion or desire is actually solely focused on the Empress. But they're waiting. They're playing with their boats in the bath. Adult version. Two of Swords. They cannot see they cannot see a way forward. They feel like the path to Pisces is now blocked and Pisces has moved on. So there's no point showing how they really feel. Again, this person really struggles with toning down the tough guy act or the tough girl act, or maybe even toning down a little bit of ego. Anything else you can tell me about their current situation? Seven of Pentacles. They're just... And there's the Ace of Wands. So this person is still delaying things. Yeah, they're probably what I'm getting is this is someone who is goes out partying or to kind of like exclusive places, restaurants, bars or whatever, and looks like they're having a great time. Looks like, you know, they splash the cash around, but emotionally they're broke. Like, yeah. Okay. What do they wish would happen in the connection between you and them, Pisces? We have the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Strong air energy, obviously, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But obviously the King and Queen of Swords are a couple. They're a perfect match as well. They can really hold their own with each other in terms of like a conversation or a debate or, you know, voicing each other's opinions, etc. But it's interesting because this is what they want to happen in the connection. Maybe they want the two of you to talk. Again, I've got the sense that they feel like there's some sort of conversation which is really overdue between the two of you. This King of Swords is really defensive in the deck that he's come out from, where it's like he really doesn't want to back down or kind of say that he made any mistakes in what he said in the past. He wants to almost be able to stick to what he said, like I said what I said kind of thing, and not make any compromise in that. But this Queen of Swords is also very discerning. Queen of Swords in general, she doesn't take what's the phrase? She doesn't suffer fools, and she is wise. She's able to have serious, mature conversations. They might want to, the two of you they might want you to contact them. Let's see, let me use this one. Sorry, one sec. And obviously the Ace of Pentacles. I don't really need to explain that, but basically that means that they feel like that they want the two of you to have some sort of new beginning. They want maybe to begin again, because the Ace of Pentacles is like a golden opportunity that was previously being offered to them, and they abandoned it, left it to go rusty, you know. What they want is to find that Ace of Pentacles is still sat there and is still available, that they can still have it with you, Pisces. But they don't want to... Alright, let's just clarify. Why is the King and Queen of Swords here about what they want to happen with Pisces? Okay, Death and the Eight of Cups. Tell me more. Wow. Oh, my goodness. The Knight of Wands, Two of Cups and the Lovers. And the King of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Knight of Wands, Two of Cups and the Lovers. King of Swords. This feels like this person wants to... Yep. Okay. I didn't think that Queen of Swords is you, Pisces. Did this person choose somebody else? Did they choose someone else where it was all about finances, and it meant that they didn't actually have to address the elephant in the room about their emotional traumatic baggage, their inability to be vulnerable, like they didn't have to open up or deal with that because they got into a relationship with someone who wasn't loving like you were, wasn't open with their emotions. So they thought, well, this is perfect. This fits me really well because we can just avoid feelings and just have a very practical money-based relationship. Their current situation could actually be two people who have nothing left to say to each other and aren't on the same page, but are also not being the first one to speak, and kind of neither of them want to be the one to end it. And that Queen of Wands could actually have been, they feel like they're with someone who is very much focused on how much money they have in the bank, or so that's where I have to just focus on working to maintain the expectations of this person. Because this to me is, look, underneath the King of Swords is the Fool. This is like the King of Swords standing up for themselves. I said what I said, and I'm saying it for real, about having a new journey, going off in a new direction, fast, with the Chariots, and Eight of Cups underneath that, leaving something in the past. So just to clarify, and with the Death card, this is like is the King and Queen of Swords, if they are a couple, there is no, like, as in a current couple, there is no love left in that relationship. It's just they're with each other for circumstance, and that's nothing to do with air signs, by the way. But they're just with each other because neither of them want to be the first one to back down. There's practical matters. It's logical to stay together. It's not necessarily anything to do with emotional love, but it's logical. So just, with this Death card, this is like what they would really like is for... Maybe they would like to stand up to whoever they're with, put their foot down, end it, and Knight of Wands, Two of Cups and the Lovers. We already saw the Knight of Wands I showed you in their current situation looking straight at the Empress. They want to charge towards their real desire, which is the Two of Cups and the Lovers, and that would be you, Pisces. So who is this Queen of Swords? Just to clarify, just to confirm I'm on the right track. Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Knave of Swords. Four of Cups, then the Nine of Wands, and oh no, the Devil is underneath there. Hopefully it doesn't get banned now. Anyway, oh, and the Ten of Swords. Now I split the deck. Yeah, this Queen of Swords is actually someone they're just attached to, basically, and they want it to be over. But the thing is, with that Nine of Wands, they're not ending it. They're probably waiting for the other person to end it. It could also be that they want it to end, but at the same time it gives them the certain level of security that I was talking about. Like they've got a roof over their head, they've got food in the fridge, but yeah, they can go to sleep with their pentacles every night. They just don't feel like it's actually everything that they want now. They thought it was before. So what is the block or the challenge to this connection moving forward? Pisces, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Moon card. Oh, there we go. Could be fear of heading out into the unknown. It could be fear of, with that Five of Pentacles card, literally stepping out of that security I was just talking about that's in their current situation and heading off effectively into the barren wilderness, and not having that roof over their head and access to a fully stocked fridge, because that's the main priorities in life. I mean, obviously roof over your head, that is a basic requirement, but I mean, like, it's just, it's fear of what they will sacrifice in one area of their life to have what they really desire in another area of their life. And there's a question about, is this really what I want, or is it, maybe I just got in my head about, is this a question only because it's not what I've got right now? But in this person, it might be like, if I then have Pisces, will I then be like craving the monetary security that I could have had? It's like could be questioning their subconscious about where this desire is really coming from as well, or that they will have to deal with things coming up that are hidden. And now that could be that they will have to deal with this current situation maybe coming to light, and it would be difficult to actually, for you to view them potentially in the same positive, admirable, the way that you admired them before. You might not view them the same way. Effectively, I see a fear of the rejection from this person as well. You might not want them anymore, and then they might give up their security that they feel like they have for someone who doesn't want them anymore. What else can you tell me about the block or the challenge to this connection? The Chariot in reverse, Six of Cups and the Nine of Swords. You know what I was saying about you were waiting for this person to get in the driver's seat? The challenge is they still need to get in the bloody driver's seat. But what's stopping them is, it's either still stuff coming up from childhood wounds. Maybe they do struggle with abandonment issues in particular. That is just causing them to either not make any progress, or they feel like it would be a reckless, risky maneuver. Tell me more. Cute. Judgment. They're like, one of the blocks here is then they are trying to plan the perfect way to come back, because the Three of Pentacles came out with the Judgment card. Bearing in mind they feel the Judgment card about you, with Judgment, and the Page of Cups. Oh yeah, the Page of Cups with the Three of Swords underneath. I also said, oh yeah, like that, because as if the Page of Cups is going to cover it with the Three of Swords, as in it's not enough. And they might be worried this isn't enough. Back to the blackboard, back to the drawing board. I need to make another plan about how to come back into Pisces' life. But in the meantime, when they're doing all that, they're not doing anything. They're just planning, replanning, going back over it, not doing anything. Underneath Three of Swords, by the way, is the Fool, and underneath that is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, what action are they most likely going to take towards you next, Pisces? We have Justice, the Six of Swords, and the Hierophant. So we've got Libra again and Taurus with the Hierophant. I do actually like this because this is, with the Justice card, bearing in mind, is one of the cards about how they feel about you. And I was saying they feel like they need to face the music and face your decision. Even if you are going to reject them, they need to know, they need to they need to face the moment where you hand out their sentence, basically. It might be that they, the constant... Well, for example, for one thing, I was going to say, they're not exactly in a happy, contented place. They've also realised that you are their happily ever after, and they're not happy where they're at. And probably the constant, planning, replanning, eventually you just get to the point where you're like, oh, good Lord, I'm just going to do something, kind of thing. But, yeah, the action they're going to take is to turn up... I feel like... You see how there is a woman at the top of this boulder on the Justice card. Now, I'm not saying that you look like that in any way, Pisces, but she's almost, I'm getting a sense of shock of this person turning up in the, out of the gloom, out of the darkness, all of a sudden appearing at her door or whatever, being like, hi, can you cast judgment on me, please? Can you give me your sentence, give me your answer either way? I think, well, we've already seen that they are going to shock you with a decision that you're going to have to make. But essentially, yeah, they are coming back towards you. The decision's going to be yours. They want you to tell them either way what your decision is. And also they're doing this because they want to make things right, and they know that how things were left were not fair. And adding to that is the Six of Swords. They want to move forward. They want to get on board with what you were offering them in the first place. They want to start living life in the way that you kind of showed them how you live your life. And I mean that being like open emotionally and able to be vulnerable and compassionate. And they're like, okay, I'm starting to come around to this idea actually, Pisces, about, you know, human emotion, sure. And the Hierophant. Now, although this Hierophant card looks quite extreme because it's kind of showing, it's kind of reflecting the more, well, this third deck I'm using is a pagan deck, so obviously this is how they represented the Hierophant card, as being like the rigidity of traditional dogma and doctrine, and being indoctrinated into certain narratives or whatever. But and of course, and therefore in this deck they showed like all of the scripture or the rule books or whatever being burnt in this like campfire, whatever. Essentially, the action they're going to be taking is to turn up to you, Pisces, and it is what I was saying about like getting on board with your way of thinking, your way of living, because how they may have been raised or taught with the narrative of you don't marry for love, you marry for money, you don't choose a partner based on like how much they love you, you choose them how much, you know, they're probably going to inherit when their parents passed away, and how much the estate is going to be worth, and, you know, etc. Like, they are basically open in this moment when they come back towards you to getting on board with your way of thinking and throwing out and actually setting fire to their previous rule book that they were living under. And what's going to be happening between the two of you going forward, Pisces, here I would say the next few weeks, next month from when you come across this reading, we have the Five of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the High Priestess. So with that Five of Cups, I feel like this person is also expecting bad news and expecting your reaction to be like, sorry bubs, too late, bye. And expecting you to not disappoint them, because when you're expecting it, is it disappointment? But it's like they're expecting you to give them news or an answer that they don't want to hear. And that's the frame of mind, that's the energy that they're coming towards you in, which I think is notable, because if someone comes towards you expecting to hear something they don't want to hear and expecting your answer to be like, nah, they come towards you in a different way to if they came towards you completely like, oh, I don't know what the answer could be, you know, I'm just going to ask innocently. So, but there was also that dynamic. You're going to be in that Five of Cups, in that kind of position of power and having the choice, which I've talked about already, that you didn't expect to be the one to actually have the choice in the matter here. There is going to be communication going back and forth between the two of you with the Eight of Wands. And the High Priestess, I feel like this talks about the choice that you have to make. At the end of the day, there could be, everyone has different opinions on what action you should take. If you were to ask other people, which you may well do, as I saw at the beginning, like kind of looking for advice. But at the end of the day, the High Priestess is saying it's going to come down to your what your gut is telling you. This High Priestess card also talks about like messages from ancestors or people who have gone before, past lives, that kind of thing, passing down their wisdom through your intuition. So there is a need to potentially, although, you know, we can get the advice from everyone and everyone might have a different slant on it, and sometimes it can be very constructive, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it is your decision, Pisces, and it's your life. So there might be a need to kind of almost shut out the other voices and listen to the voice coming through clearest about what you want to say to this person, what you want to happen with this person. So just anything else you want to tell me about what's going to be happening between Pisces and this person? What else do you want to clarify or add? Seven of Cups. Yep. And sorry, the Three of Wands before I shuffle it away is at the bottom of the deck, which is, in this deck it talks about this is inevitable, but this is coming. That's the kind of message that's attached to that Three of Wands card in particular. It is inevitable that this choice is going to come to you. But I felt from when I was reading how you feel about this person, I saw that I told you that you felt like your intuition told you that this person was going to be coming back towards you. So, oh yeah, but the Devil's come out sideways, and the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. But the problem is, okay. The only thing I'm going to say about that actually is I actually feel the Five of Swords in this deck is represented by a Greek goddess called Eris, who was she really loved causing trouble, and but she was up for a spat. Let's just say I think it was, I'll have to look it up and check this after, but I think Eris it was part of the reason that the whole Trojan War started, because she didn't get invited to something. And so she was really like bitter and vengeful. So the only thing is, I think there will be a temptation with the Devil to respond to this person from a shadow side. And I think there is a need to also tap into the High Priestess energy there of, am I saying this, responding to this person because of that, if I'm really honest with myself. Anything else? Any other messages? Seven of Pentacles are now upright with the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Bearing in mind the Seven of Pentacles, what happened, I think it was what happened in the past. Seven of Pentacles came out reverse, Wheel of Fortune, and I think I said this person may have also felt it wasn't the right time. It's now the right time. Seven of Pentacles is upright. And the Wheel of Fortune is there again. Wow. The Knight of Pentacles has come out with the Nine of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck is the Star. Talk about delayed wish fulfillment. With the Knight of Pentacles as well. And the Nine of Cups is there, which is one of your first cards about, I was talking about the delay, like your manifestations, suddenly several are arriving at the same time, which is typical, if you like. But yeah, this has taken an extremely long time, and there was, well actually I said in the past, you never gave up hope, and you kept trying to relight the spark even when they tried to put it out. So the Star, under the Star is the Empress and the Hierophant. That, wow, well, basically what you wished for with this person, even if it was a long time ago, and even if there's been some shit along the way, is about to arrive, Pisces. But there is a message here about acting from an authentic integrity, and with the High Priestess, checking yourself, rather than reacting in a purposefully confrontational way, like being tempted to be shitty, basically. And like we all have those moments, so try and avoid that if you can, because yeah, it's just the advice from the cards. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed it. That's what I've got for you this time, Pisces. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button for me. It just takes a second. It really helps the video and the channel, so thank you so much for doing so. If you'd like to hear more from me, please do subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I highly recommend hitting the notification bell. I do upload sporadically, so that way you won't miss any of my readings, and I promise I won't spam you with notifications. So do hit the bell, and if it resonated, please leave me a comment and let me know. I wish you all my best, as always. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.